What's up, guys? This video was requested by George Washington. He wanted me to do a video on a fruit orchard for my deer, pretty much. So I was gonna do it, and it is pretty big. So yeah. All right. So I'm gonna start, I guess, here. So these are our pear trees. Some of them don't have the name tags on them anymore, but I will name the ones that we do have name tags on. This is also another pear tree I got right here. And where I keep my corn is back over in there. This is like we hit. All these are different types of pears right here. So you know the deer can have about whatever they really want. This right here is, I believe, I forgot what it's called. It is a native mayhaw tree. Those things, deer love those. We had one right here that died. The mayhaw tree. And I'm just gonna go down by the rows because all you see out here is fruit trees. And we got pine trees planted over there, and right here is gonna be our food plot when we get it planted. This tree is an apple tree. This is the, I don't know what this is. Something rush something. You see that? It's an apple tree. This whole row right here is apple trees. This one's kind of leaning from the hurricane we had just come through, but they're all producing fruit. They produce fruit at different times of the year because they were grafted. There's another one. Like I said, I'm going to stop by the ones that have name tags. And I know this one by heart. This is the Shell of Alabama right here. Tree. Yeah, it's got, no, that's not, yeah. It's the Shell of Alabama. Okay, now these are crab apples. These are crab apple trees. Got 5 of these, 5 apples, 5 pears. I mean, and these all drop at different times. They only have so many because the deer are gonna love them. And this is a Callaway crab apple. This is another crab apple that's doing pretty good, it looks like. That has a name tag on it. I can't read half them things, I can't see them. And then this is another crab apple. You can see them little crab apples on it. And then you know what the deer love the most? Persimmons. These things right here. Some people probably never heard of them. Some people know what they are. Persimmons. They are very good to eat. Like, I mean, very good. I'm about to pick this one. It's got kind of bad, but hey, about to eat it. Very good. The deer will go crazy for these. Another persimmon tree. That one has a name tag. Hold on. This is a Fuyu. I think that one's a Fuyu too or something. And you have to have a male and female persimmon so they cross pollinate. And this is a common persimmon, whatever that is. This right here is another persimmon, and it is a grafted female. And this is a common persimmon. And then those over there, you can see. I'll zoom in. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 chestnuts. You know, we got tons of oak trees. I'll go over there in a minute. We got some of these for us. Deer might not eat them. Satsumas, I know the deer will eat them. They'll eat the crap out of them. More satsumas. We got figs. 5 pear trees, which is like the best thing there is, I think. Some scopolamine vines up there growing. Pear trees. This right here is the Peach Belle of Georgia. That one don't have a name. The deer already ate every one of these things off. There was a good bit of them. All these are peach trees. Got 3 blueberry bushes. We need to come spray all these weeds out of them. 3 blueberry bushes. Dang, I dropped my percent. He's still good to eat. Now I'm gonna get on the oak trees. This oak tree here, I'm not sure what it's called. The name tag's on it, but it's so grown. That's a Nuttall. I don't know what that one is. That's a little one. Okay, now this right here is a sawtooth. These things grow like fast like crazy, and we got to spray. There's beetles or something eating the mess out of them. It's a sawtooth. You can see the saws on it. That's what they call a sawtooth. They're my favorite oak trees, them and white oaks. That's also another sawtooth and another sawtooth. When we got them, they were tiny, and they were about like that. Now they're like that, and they've been there a year. They grow really fast. There's another oak tree. And some of these don't have the names on. There's another oak tree. That looks sort of like a part sawtooth, maybe a little bit. Can't really tell. I'm not a tree scientist, getting there, but not yet. That's another sawtooth. There's a little baby tree right up there. This is another, I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's another oak tree. And all that tall grass that you see is out there is pine trees. There are trees in there, I promise you. Because if I walk up to them, I see them. And there's another oak tree here. I'll show you all a pine tree. They're long leaf. Look at all them doves. So you can see them a little bit there. They've grown a lot. Long leaf pine trees. This right here looks like another type of sawtooth. And then we got 2 more trees to go. And then this oak tree, not sure what it is. Some of them ain't got name tags on them left anymore. All I know is they're oak trees and they produce acorns. And there's another one. And that's it for the trees. But I will say something. This is actually pretty cool. Some of these trees, like they grafted them to drop 1 year drop one type of acorn. The next year drop another type of acorn. And a cross between them. I don't know how they do it, but it's insane. Like it's crazy. They're pretty good at stuff. Something we get them from the wildlife group up in Auburn, Alabama. Well, no, I don't know. It's not up there. I don't know where it's at. I think it's close to there. But I mean, they're great. They're good at it. And there's lots of fruit. We have lots of fruit trees, and they're young trees. We planted them probably about 2 years ago, and already starting to produce fruit. So I mean, I think that's pretty good. And see, one day we're gonna have, when the pine trees get bigger, where there's peanuts now, there's gonna be pine trees. And then that tiny patch of tall grass, there's no pine trees there, but there will be a food plot and a shooting house right up there. And then the woods over there, yada, yada, yada. So, I mean, we should have some deer coming in pretty soon. And as long as you keep corn out and mineral blocks, salt, whatever, you're gonna have deer coming in. I know that video of that one deer I had, I'm pretty happy because there's tons of deer around here, okay? But see, at my house here, there's just a thin patch of woods. I have to show it to you on Google Maps or something. There's a thin patch of woods, and then on each side there's a big old thick patch of woods, big old, like, wide. And the deer use my woods to travel through. Well, now that I think we got this fruit out here and acorns and yada, whatever, I think that they're starting to hang around, or if not, they're staying during the day over in the woods or in those woods, who knows. Staying back there, and then at night coming over to the house. But I'm gonna try to get them out, coming out sooner. And this is my favorite persimmon tree because it produces a ton. I didn't read John's name. It's a gyro persimmon. Gyro persimmon. Them things. You know what you can use these things for? Eat them. Throw them up. They get like really orange. You can throw them up and shoot them with a skeet, with a shotgun, or feed them to your deer. You know, whatever floats your boat and you want to do. But also, see these big old oak trees in here? We had Hurricane Michael come through, wiped out half of them, and they were so pretty oak trees. They were old, but yeah, it just came through and just wiped them out. I'm not so sure a tornado did not spin off and go in there somewhere, but we have lots of water oaks. Deer eat those, but not a lot. But one time I said, oh, deer ain't gonna eat a water oak. Well, then I shot a deer and there was water oaks in it. So yeah, and then we have about 4 white oaks, which them and white oaks, them and sawtooth are my favorite trees, you know, out of all the oak trees to me. But yep, this is the end of that video. This video, it was requested by George Washington. I'm sure he will comment on it. Make sure you go subscribe to him. He's good. So thank y'all for watching. He's also a loyal supporter. And I'm closing in on 1K. We're getting there. So thank y'all for watching. This is Brain Sports from the Outdoors. I'll see you next time.